Hello there, folks. I'm Dan Brown from sortofinteresting.com, and today I'd like you to join me for a lovely little trip down the absolutely beautiful and very, very peaceful Montgomery Canal. But before we get to the canal itself, I'd just like to take a few seconds to show you this little ford where the River Morder, I think this is, crosses over a little country lane just by the canal. And this is somewhere that I was very tempted to cross straight over the road on my bike, but as you can see, I chose wisely as it got a lot deeper than I expected, so I went up on the bridge. But you can see here that there is actually a good amount of water crossing the road there. So that's just a little random feature. I do like old things like the fords and stuff. You find a few around this sort of area as rivers and streams tumble down the hills across country roads like that. But let's get on to the canal itself. Now, what I really want to tell you here is that this is about maybe between 1 and 2 p.m. on a Saturday afternoon, and it was so quiet and silent. I can't explain. There's so few people about, and this is literally within minutes of thousands of people's homes. Just to prove the silence and peace of this place, just like to leave you to hear this for a couple of seconds. How perfect is that, folks? Nothing but the sound of birds in the trees and a bit of running water in the background. Absolutely perfect. And it's that sort of peace and quiet and these beautiful scenes that you see in here that made me absolutely love fetching my little boat down here when I still had Narrowboat Tilly, and being able to moor up here where I was only about a 15-minute bike ride away from Oswestry where I worked and obviously where a lot of my family and friends were, also made it incredibly convenient. But as I say, to be able to come down somewhere like this on a Saturday afternoon and just mill around here hanging around for the best part of an hour and only see 3 people on the canal, unbelievable. Well, my friends, under a beautiful blue sky here with an old building and the chimney stack in the background, I can say that this here, this sort of 100-foot stretch of water where these boats are moored up, oh, I wish that plane would be quiet, is where my friend, as we were paddling along in a canoe, saw that there was a for sale sign in one of the windows of the boats that was moored here back then, all those years ago. Saw a for sale sign and said, "Yeah, Dan, you could live on a boat." And that's literally where all of the whole boat life adventure began from, this exact stretch and that chance happening. And you just think how many different things could have not happened to led us to not be here on that canoe at that particular moment, for her to say that. Man, how different things would be. I wonder what I would have done for the last 4 years. Anyway, let's get a move on. In just a second, you'll see that we end this video at a rather curiously built little bridge, which is somewhere that I've got a proper video coming in the very near future, where I've come out to over the last decade on my bike, and it's a place that I've got memories and video footage from way before ever having a boat, from obviously being down here when I had my boat, and now, as you can see, coming out to this area with, well, nothing but beautiful boat life memories to look back on from around here. So that's something that I've got coming very soon. And as you can see, it's a very curious little creation, this. Anyway, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope that you've enjoyed my little trip down the canal and some of the sights and sounds. Feel free to check out my other videos for hundreds of boat life videos and loads more like this from the great outdoors. And please do consider checking out my short boat life books. You'll find them available for the Kindle at narrowboatbooks.com. Well, until the next time, but just have an absolutely fantastic day. Keep it boat worthy, keep it boot worthy, and of course, my friends, farewell.